Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Can't believe it is nearly, can you believe that it is nearly the end of January? It's just absolutely, completely crazy and ridiculous. Gosh, my face doesn't look excellent in this light. That's really helpful. Hello, Catherine. Good morning. Hey, Bonnie. Great to see you guys. All right, just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to share this over on my feed. Just give me one, just speak amongst yourselves for a moment. Hi, Joe. Oh my God. It's really interesting, isn't it? How when you're on your phone and then you're trying to make it work on your computer as well, the computer just goes like, ugh. And the internet, for whatever strange ass reason, doesn't doesn't play along and do what it's supposed to do. It's actually really quite annoying. Do you guys have internet troubles in your area? I don't know why. Hey, Catherine. Oh, thanks, Katerina. I've been sitting outside and I've been journaling to work out, what is it I'm going to say today? And it's already warm, so we've got a scheduled top today of 41, a nice and cool 41. It's currently 28. It's like 25 or something when Dom and I went for a walk at 6 o'clock this morning. It's just absolutely completely crazy. All right, I got completely distracted by my weather talk. Hang on. Join me over on that page now. Oh, gosh, Nicola, on my page now. All right. Let's get that going. Okay, cool. That's been shared. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. All right. So welcome to the Coffee Run Live or the replay. If you don't happen to be on here live, that's absolutely cool and really excited that you could come along and play. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about with you today is around this topic of content. So a lot of people, and I've been guilty of this before, particularly if I've sort of been feeling a little bit uninspired by what's going on in my world or in my life or whatever else, there's this kind of belief, I guess, or notion that the content that you share has to be related to your offer, right? So for example, we've got Rebel with a Cause that's starting on Monday, and I'm just, without that being a weird thing, just we've got it starting on Monday, and I could be doing everything, just completely pumping that, only talking about that, only talking about the features of that program, only talking about the benefits of that program, talking about what's included and what solutions are being offered, and rah, 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 rah. And some of the exercises and stuff in there. Hey, Kelly. And I suppose, on one hand, that's fine. But on the other hand, if all you're doing is talking about the ones and zeros, essentially, of your offer, the formulas, the tactics, right, the strategy, then chances are you're missing a really big, massive portion segment maybe of your market. So here's the thing, right? Whenever I meet you guys in person, whenever we're in a program, whenever we're at an event, if I just happen to run into you for something, inadvertently what happens is this, particularly if it's the first time, I get these two comments without fail. You're exactly like you are in person. You're exactly like you are on the internet when you're in person. I'm like, well, shit. I hope so, because otherwise everything that I've been doing for the last X number of years since 2010 has been a complete and utter failure. So, my intention has always been to show up, be real, be me, and either you'll like it or you won't, and that's fine. The second thing that they always say is, wow, you are a lot shorter in person than I thought you were. It's like, yes, my personality makes up for my lack of height. Hey, Bruce, good morning. So I guess where I'm going with this is it's really easy, particularly if you're feeling kind of uninspired, to revert back to content, back to tactics, back to teaching the ones and zeros, the processes and stuff like that. And that's not actually a bad thing. Hey, Georgina. It's not actually a bad thing. It is what it is, right? And sometimes that is really great. So for example, I've spoken in the past a lot, in live videos, and in particular on the Tuesday videos that I used to do. It was always very, this is a hack for you. This is a strategy. This is a tactic, and that's great. Bruce said, lol, I thought I was like getting on. No, I'm just late starting it. So it was just divine right timing for you. You joined exactly when you needed to join. So where I'm going with that is that if that is all you are ever doing, just teaching, this is the strategy for writing a Facebook ad. This is a strategy for writing an email. This is the tactic that you can employ if you want to achieve X, Y, Z. Now, if that's all you're doing, if you're only talking about the ones and zeros, we're missing probably like 95% of the point of marketing, in my opinion, and marketing in the way that I talk about it and the way that I teach it. So everything that I am really passionate about is you sharing you. And that means that sometimes you're not always going to be talking about the hack, the tactic, the strategy, the email formula, the marketing formula. Yeah, that stuff is important, no doubt. But most people want to feel like there is some kind of connection first, right? They want to see something in you that they either want for themselves or that they have within you. So something that I look for in mentors, as an example, I really want honesty. I want kicking ass. Like I really love to be called out on my shit. It might sound a little sadistic, but I want someone to say, stop it, you're playing small, get out of your fucking way and go do the thing. Maybe not quite in those many words. No, I mean, those words are fine. I expect to be called out for if I've sort of sold out on a piece of writing, for example. I want them to say, actually, Nicola, that is not your best work. You can do better. This is what you could do to improve. So something like that is really important. But the only way that I feel like I can ask them that is by actually having an emotional connection with them. It's not just about the ones and zeros. It's not just about the fact that, oh, this person can help me get into corporate. This person can help me write a book. This person can help me do, whatever the heck it is. So I guess where I'm going with that, it's like we are multifaceted, right? Humans are multifaceted. Stuff that I've got going on in my world at the moment. My son is 10, my daughter's 12. They're both home on school holidays. I'm feeling guilty every day because that's not true. I feel guilty some parts of every day pretty much, where I'm in here working and they're entertaining themselves. They're happy as pigs and shit, right? But they're entertaining themselves on their iPads or the PlayStation or hanging out with friends or whatever, but there's not, I'm not hanging out with them all day every day. My oldest daughter is 17 and she's left school and she doesn't have a full-time job yet. So I'm dealing with the stuff around how to manage that, how to mitigate that, and not allowing her to turn into a lazy asshole that just sits around the house all day. Not that that would ever happen, that just sits around the house all day and expects everything to be kind of handed to her on a silver platter, not on my freaking watch. We've got, my husband is working massively at the moment in the business that his father's just sold with the new company to make sure that they've got handover and results, and there's longer hours and there's earlier mornings and there's pressures and stuff. And, so life, where I'm going with this, life is a juggle on top of work and content and people and clients and ideas and inspiration and everything else like that. So I'm, that's just like a slight little slice. What do they call those? The brain slices? Is it like cross sections? I can't think of the... Oh my God, when you've got a brain and you slice it down and you can kind of go, and you can see the insides, that's sort of how I feel like. That's just like a little bit of a section in my world with stuff that's going on at the moment. I mean, it's all great. It's really exciting. Everybody's happy. We're all living in a little bubble of bliss, bumbling around the world like we're all fabulous, which is great. But it is not just about that one thing. So where I'm going with all of this is that your audience, your people, they need to know what it is that you're actually all about. They need to know who you are and where this content piece comes from. And this is where, and why you will actually, if you adopt this, you will never ever be stuck for content, because there's all of these different things that you can draw upon in your worlds that you can use to infuse into your lives, your blogs, your posts, your photos, absolutely everything that you do. You can sort of like mush it all together and use that as fuel for content, because some people might come across you and be like, oh, wow, she's actually working out. Or, wow, he's coaching his kids' soccer team. Or, wow, I didn't realize he was a family man. That's really cool. And then next minute they see the other things that you're doing and they like your values. They like the values that you're demonstrating through what you're sharing about your thought process, about what you're experiencing, and about what you're going through. Trust that makes sense. So where this is helpful for you guys, Catherine, being human, absolutely. It's as much as I've tried not to be human and be a little bit robotic at times, it just doesn't work. So for me, the formula of creating limitless content ideas, limitless inspiration, is you really embodying who you are. Right? Attach like a plus. So there's a plus sign in this little formula here. It's like your purpose plus you being you plus sharing your message daily is exactly what you can use to be, is the formula for creating great content, right? So content equals you sharing you helping your audience. So sometimes you might think, well, you know what? All I'm doing today is completely checking out and practicing a whole day of self-care. You might be doing some journaling. You might be doing some energy clearing. You might be doing content creating. You might be recalibrating. You might be taking the car for a service. You might be doing errands. Whatever the heck it is, it doesn't really matter. You might have a back-to-back day full of clients. Talk to your audience about how you manage that. And then tie it in with a key message with how it relates to whatever it is that you are selling. Now, what you're selling doesn't necessarily mean the physical exchange of money for product or money for service. You could be selling an idea. You could be selling a concept. You could be selling, hey, come and join me live every day, right? Your purpose plus being you plus you sharing your message equals content. Katarina, thanks for summarizing that. So really, I guess that's the main critical point that I wanted to share with you today, because most of us are just like, oh my God, I'm selling this thing, I'm selling coaching, I'm selling lawyering, I'm selling family law, I'm selling accounting, I'm selling bookkeeping, I'm selling how to grow plants, I'm selling this is how you keep your pool clean, I'm selling whatever the heck it is that you're selling, when in reality, you don't actually have to be selling something of a financial thing. It's really just about getting people on board, sharing your mission, or being enrolled or subscribed to your mission. Actually, it's not even about the necessary the financial exchange, although that's always awesome. And I think I've just had a notification while we've been on here that Georgina's joining us to be a rebel. Yes, so exciting, Georgina. Is that what I just saw come through? Yes, it was. Woohoo, so exciting. Congratulations. I can't wait to get that started with you. That's going to be awesome. So awesome. Katarina, you're my hero. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So what I'm just going to do, where did that, let's try to see all of the comments here. Give me a second, because I'm just actually going to type that formula in here. So your purpose plus you being you plus your message equals great fucking content. I'm going to put that. Great fucking content. Let's do that. So the point of all of this is that you are multifaceted. Yes? Now, if you take a look at the people who are going to give you money, guess what? they are also multifaceted. So it kind of makes sense, doesn't it, to talk into those different facets. It kind of makes sense to not just be that one-dimensional person that is only ever talking or only ever selling, like literally selling, you can buy this template for $27, rah, rah, rah. Oh, that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about today. Yes, I'm so glad that came up. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to talk about today was around, and this ties in with your purpose and being you and your message, right? When you are adopting this formula or this way of being actually in your marketing, in your business, in everything that you do, the actual thing is that you won't end up ever copycatting or ever being a cookie cutter person. You will never look at it, download this Facebook ads formula or buy this white labeled book or white labeled white paper and just, whack your own shit. God, it infuriates me. And people wonder why their stuff doesn't work. They wonder why the easy way, the hack or whatever just kind of breaks on them. And the fact of the matter is that they're thinking they're choosing the easy way, right? When in fact, it's actually the harder way. Because the easiest thing that you can ever do is to be you. That's honestly, it's the easiest possible thing that you could ever be doing is just showing up and just being you and doing what it is that you need to do. Now, you might find that there are copycatters out there. You might find that there are people who are like, oh, I want to be like that person. And then you start to see that play out. Just put your blinkers on. Don't even worry about it. Some people might say things in a similar way to you. You know what? Who cares? The fact of the matter is this. No one else on this planet has your heart. No one else on this planet has your experiences. No one else on this planet knows what you know or has learned what you've learned in the way that you've done it. No one else has had your experiences. No one else has had your successes, your failures, your learnings, your fucking meltdowns, your highs. Not one other person has had them. Not one, right? So instead of, going like, oh, if I, don't hold back is actually the key point here. Don't hold back. And this is where your message and you being you and knowing your purpose and knowing your intention for doing all of this is so freaking critical, right? Now, even if let's say Bonnie, hey, let's say that I'm just going to pick on you. Let's say Bonnie's like, oh my God, I love Nicola Moras. I'm going to be like her. Now I know, Bonnie, you wouldn't do this, right? But let's say that Bonnie completely took my message, completely took my content and started spouting it out of her own mouth. Now that would be kind of curious and, kind of interesting to watch, I suppose. But the thing is like she would actually naturally attract some different kinds of people that I would anyway. It actually doesn't matter. Well, it does because it's inauthentic, but you get the point, right? It doesn't matter who is saying what it is that they're saying. Their heart, their message and their stuff would come through that and they would attract people into their worlds that I never would. So there is no competition. There is no need for you to go ones and zeros. The way that I need to do my marketing is to do this. I'm also a huge fan of frameworks. Now, this might sound a little contradictory, so roll with me for a second. But I'm a big fan of frameworks. So I know that there are certain things that you want to infuse in all of your messaging. Right? At the end of the day, we are in business. We do have the commercial reality of needing to make money, right? Wanting to make money. But really, at the end of the day, and this is something that I've learned, and it was really smacked over my head at the start of last year, when you are being you and you are doing things with intention and purpose and vision and clarity, then the money kind of flows in anyway. It's just how it kind of happens. But there is no competition. The only competitor is that person that you look at in the mirror every single day when you get ready. It's the person that you journal to every single day. It's just your own bullshit, really. The competition is your own bullshit that you tell yourself about why you can't do this, when in reality you can. I'm not that different to you. I've just maybe been doing it for a lot longer. I'm really not that well, you're really not that different to the people that you want to work with and that you want to help, right? It's just you know a bit more, you're a bit further along the pathway, and that's really what they're looking for. So that's that. So if you are someone who is just like, you know what, I'm so ready to do this, Nicola, I'm maybe a little bit scared, that's actually really normal. Excited, scared, nervous, thrilled, but most of all, ready. If you are really, really ready, then Rebel with a Cause is starting Monday. It is a fucking amazing program. I'm so excited about it. Georgina, who's on the call, has just joined. I've just seen the notification come through, which is really exciting. So you'll be joining her and a group of other amazing. It's all women and not all women, primarily women. There's one guy in there at the moment who's just fabulous. You'll just love him. But really, this is, everything that we've been talking about today is really what Rebel with a Cause is all about. It really is about you embodying your purpose, doing everything with absolute intention, but making sure that it's really aligned, right? And that you can just feel like, you know what, I'm here. This is the message that needs to be shared today. This is what needs to be done. And then also tying that up into a strategy and a plan, right? So if you know me at all, you know that I like a good set of frameworks. And I also really like to kind of free flow and stuff like that as well. So that's that for today. So I'm just going to put that link in there now. So that's in there. And I'll leave that with you guys. So the big call to action today is join Rebel with a Cause if you haven't already. I would love to host you starting Monday for 7 days where we just deep dive into this and so much more. Your second big call to action is to make sure that you are giving yourself permission. And if you're not okay with giving yourself permission, then I give you permission to share you, share your heart, share the stuff that's going on in your world. Share the stuff that is really important to you, tied in with your key message. So whether you're talking about self-confidence, whether you're talking about empowerment, whether you're talking about living, intentionally or toxin-free, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Just tie whatever it is that's going on in your world into your key message and get out there, go help some people, make it happen, get visible, but most importantly, have a whole shit ton of fun doing it with people that you love, sharing the things that you love. I will talk to you all tomorrow. If you've got any questions about anything, message me, ping me, inbox me, do whatever it is that you need to do, and I will speak with you all really soon. Take care, everybody. Go kick some ass.